their platforms do not exist in a vacuum and their content doesn't exist in a vacuum. Our democracy is in a very precarious position. We know that we are in the midst of an authoritarian rise around the world that begins often with democracies that have fallen into the thrall of populist authoritarians, and that this is not ancient history, this is recent history. Look no further than Turkey, the Philippines, India, Hungary, what may or may not be happening in Poland, what we see happening in Brazil. And in this moment, the obligation is to the truth. We may choose as a nation to abandon our democracy, but that should be a choice made knowingly and with full information. And the only methods we have, the only bulwarks we have against this authoritarian rise is our ability to participate fully in our democracy. And that is undermined every moment. Disinformation disincentivizes, or worse, convinces people that their role as a citizen is not real. And when we add to that the responsibility of the census to not count every citizen, but to count every person in America, then we have to understand that we are not only wresting control away from the people who need it most, we are preparing our nation for a decade of loss. Because this is not simply about economic power or political power. It is about how we use each decade to plan our future. And a generation can be lost through misinformation. And so I would ask them to look to who they are and their context in the role of history, that it is more than simply about profit and more than about the number of participants. It is about how they are situated in the democratic experiment that is the United States. And in a moment of reckoning, we need them to reckon with their choices and to do right by our people.